Hello everybody, welcome back to JohnMadLabs, and today I'm going to show you how I made this arcade cabinet right here. This arcade cabinet uses Retropie, and I'm going to show you all the steps I took to make this thing. Okay everybody, so to start this arcade cabinet project, I had this piece of MDF run through a table saw to get me equal width strips. Now then I measured those strips and made a frame around this LCD monitor. Now this LCD monitor is made from a broken laptop screen, so it's completely on this piece of wood with a driver board underneath. So it has these silver edges, which I decided to cover up with this frame. This entire design is based off of this frame, so there's no pre-measuring or pre-designing. I just have an idea in mind and I'm just going about it. So do whatever works for you, and don't be afraid to try something. So after I unclamped the frame, I took a sanding sponge and sanded down the entire frame to get rid of all the surface imperfections. I then tried to use some wood filler to fill in all the cracks and the little holes inside of there. But that did not work because old wood filler just goes on like Play-Doh and does not fill in any cracks. So I sanded it off and then went to the next step of attaching the screen to the frame. For that, I used some MDF spacers and epoxy. I glued the spacers in and then went around the entire perimeter of the screen and frame to make sure that the bond wasn't coming apart in the span of about 2,000 years. So once that was done, I left it to cure after clamping it up. So while the epoxy is drying on this thing and curing up, I'm going to test it with the brain of this entire arcade cabinet, the Raspberry Pi Model B. Now this one has a 3D printed case, a USB fan, and an SD card with Retropie on it. I'll have an instructables link in the description below on how to format Retropie on your Raspberry Pi. But for now, let's test out how this thing works with this thing. So I'm gonna plug in the monitor, and now it should turn on. Oh, and there we go. It finally powered on, and it shows the welcome no gamepads detected screen. Now this is always a good sign, and this one should show up on your Retropie display. So yeah, that means everything's working correctly. So I'm gonna let this thing cure up and install the games on this thing. So yeah. So after fixing all the problems with the ROM files, the HDMI cords, stuff like that, I'm now ready to test out the games and show you how to configure the buttons. So to configure the buttons, the screen will start out like that, and I just hold down any key, start, and I configure the keys. For example, up is up, down is down, left is left, right is right. Start is the Windows key, select is enter, button A is A, B is B, X is X, and Y is Y. Left shoulder, right shoulder, this and that. You can skip keys by long pressing. And hotkey is enter. So. Okay. And that's it. So let's play some games. I'm gonna try to play. Let's play Pac-Man. Or whatever game this is. Yep, Pac-Man. Hey, who wants to play Pac-Man?
Me?
Come here.
I got it.
You have Pac-Man World Championship. Boy,
how do you control it?
Oh, yeah, just press enter. You use the arrow keys, okay? And this speaker plays the audio.
Who's that? I'm Pac-Man. No.
This sucks so bad. Oh, you can eat them now.
I know.
When they're both.
I got dumb.
He died. That's it. Okay, so I don't know how to exit games. I'm gonna download the rest of the games, do this, do cool stuff, finish it up, you know. Yep. Okay, everybody, so it's time to plan out the rest of the design. I have the screen right here, and I'm gonna measure out how it's going to fit onto the button board. So here we go. So I drilled all the holes for the arcade buttons, but I did not have the arcade buttons, so I don't know if they fit or not. If they don't fit, I'll just sand them to be bigger because I made them a little bit smaller. So now it's time to make the rest of the assembly with these components. Okay, using some brad nails, I attached the control board to this piece right here. Then I attached the screen to this piece right here, added the frame around the control board and the sides. I'm now ready to do the marquee, the back, and the bottom before painting it. Okay, everybody, so I printed out the marquee design and I spray adhesived it to this piece of polycarbonate. I'm going to cut off the edges later, but for now I'm just going to test how it diffuses the light and if it looks cool. And if it does, I'm going to apply a finish and continue with the arcade cabinet. Okay, everybody, so the arcade cabinet is fully built. I've wiped it down with alcohol to get rid of all the sanding dust. And now that that's finished, it's ready to sand to fit the buttons in and to paint it all, and then to do the final assembly. Okay, everybody, so after masking off the screen and the back electronics, I now spray painted it with some filler primer, and after this dries, I'm going to sand it and I'm going to do the coat of black paint right here. So yeah, after that dries, I'm going to install the arcade buttons, joystick, and stuff like that. So since Amazon packages aren't arriving on time, I'm just going to try some of these eggs. Now, I heard that these eggs are made by JohnMadLabs too, along with a crew of aerospace flight engineers, and it's set to be really good, so I'm going to try it out. So let's see how it tastes. Okay, so the arcade buttons finally arrived, and now it's time to unbox them. So I'm going to unbox them with these scissors right here. I would usually use my box opener knife, but since I don't have a knife up here, I'm just going to use these scissors. So I'm just going to cut this tape. And here we go. This is the red kit, the blue kit. That has a bunch of these wires. This stuff. More wires. Joysticks. And encoder boards. That's a lot of stuff. So I'm just gonna see if this works, so I'm gonna set it up in time lapse. Okay, so I painted another layer of paint on the arcade cabinet, and this time using enamel paint because it's better. And then I took the arcade buttons and used a screwdriver to pry it open like that and take out this diffusing layer, and I wrote a letter or a number, whatever was needed. I could then arrange them in the holes after I sanded them out. So I did the first 4 to kind of get a feel of it, and now we're gonna do the rest. After weeks of work, this arcade cabinet project is finally done. It looks amazing, except for a couple surface imperfections, but those don't bother me. The backlighting looks awesome, it's really accessible down there, and all the buttons and joysticks work. And overall, it's a great project. I recommend you try this out yourself, and with that said, like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more of this, and share this with your friends if you know that your friends might want to make this. And with that said, time to play some retro games.